Hey guys, welcome back. We are doing a new makeup releases. Are they going on the wish list? And oh my goodness, do I have so much to share with you. Before I get into all of that, we have some housekeeping to do. So this series is inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. So I always link her down below and the community playlist where you can see other content creators do these kinds of videos as well. And then I link the Instagram accounts that I follow where I get makeup news from if you want to check those out too. So I did film this video. It is going to be coming on St. Patrick's Day, but for this upcoming week, we've got a spring giveaway coming up. I'm doing my other Ace Beauté palette, the Oceanic palette. Oh my gosh, you guys. So amazing. I know my BoxyCharms are coming this week, and then oh my gosh, what else? A favorites video. I haven't done a favorites video in so long, and there have been some things that I've really been loving, so I've got a favorites video coming up. So lots of fun things coming this week. Just be sure you're subscribed and have your notifications on so you know when those things pop up. But I'm just so excited for spring and the weather that I wanted to get that giveaway going. The amount of new makeup releases we need to talk about, because you guys know, I don't know, maybe I did one in February because I was so sick, and these ones, like, you can't pre-film new makeup releases. However, now we're going to be talking about new makeup releases from like a couple weeks ago, because there are some things that I want to talk about that are from a couple weeks ago, but there are definitely some really fun things out there and some really not fun things out there. I don't think, did I purchase anything in February? Maybe one purchase from Ulta. I need to do a January, February haul video as well. I just have so many things to catch up on. But we just need to get into these new makeup releases or we are going to be here all day. I want to start with this because I absolutely love this. This is the Capsule 1 Pink Edition from Sugar Pill, and it is available at Ulta. They're $42, so there's two, and we're going to talk about that one. The Capsule one I love. I love the color story. I think it's beautiful. I love this new theme that they have. We have not seen anyone do a format like this, so I'm really loving that about these new palettes. I think they're so unique. I love that they have the different pan sizes in them. I don't really need a blush in my eyeshadow palette, but I just think they're really interesting and really eye-catching, and I definitely want to own one. Now, the first one is the one I would have wanted to own, but I feel like it's kind of, in terms of makeup that I'm buying now, I mean, I bought the Ace Beauté palettes and I love them and I'm so glad I own them, but other kinds of things that I'm buying, I want to be able to review them for my channel as well. And I feel like this Sugar Pill Capsule 1 has kind of set sail in terms of how many people would want to watch that now. Now, the Capsule 2 one just popped up, and it is already at Ulta, but this one is not particularly a color story that I would lean towards, so I'm hoping that they have a Capsule 3. And around the time they have the Capsule 3, I'm hoping that there's a 20% off coupon at Ulta, and then I would get this. So the Capsule 2 is more of like those deep, I would say some jewel tones to it. The Capsule 1 is more of a springy one. I feel like Capsule 2 is a little too neutral for me, and that's why I would not purchase. Although, Retrograde, which is the blush in there, Sparkling Peach Creamsicle Blush, that would be a beautiful eyeshadow as well. I don't know. Maybe I'll end up picking it up. Sugar Pill is not in my Ulta store, so I can never go and check it out. But I've been wanting to try them. I wanted to get that little kitty pastel neon palette that they had, and I didn't end up picking that up, so maybe I will end up getting a capsule palette. Really want to talk about this new Urban Decay palette, Wired. I love this palette. I have gone into Ulta a couple times and they don't have this new collection yet, which surprises me because usually they're pretty on it about having the new collections in, at least my Ulta store, but they are not this time on it. But I think it's beautiful. This is what we have been wanting from Urban Decay, to go back to the roots of where they started, where they had the bright, colorful, just really out there kind of makeup is where they kind of began from. And I'm so glad that they're bringing something like this back. And I love the gel liners that are in this collection because they are matte neon gel liners. And not a lot of people do those. You see a lot of sparkly kinds of liners or metallic liners, but not a lot of matte ones, so I appreciate that. This collection will also be in my cart if I get a 20% off from Ulta. I wouldn't just go out and buy it because I feel like I've got a lot of brightly colored things, but I think I would get that neon green one and this palette. I've got like an Ulta cart waiting for a 20% off coupon. And there's one other thing we're going to talk about that Ulta also is in there. Give Me Glow Cosmetics is finally going to be having a new palette, the Extra Spicy palette. It says they started working on it in October of 19 so that it would be ready for summer. So they actually, let's see, they posted this in February. So I don't know when they're going to do their pre-order. They typically... Give Me Glow, I think typically does pre-orders about a month in advance. This is really early for posting a sneak peek of it, but I am very interested to see. Give Me Glow Cosmetics is on my brands I want to try wish list. So I don't know, because obviously this is going to be like a red, orange, yellow kind of palette. I'm saying obviously because that's what I would think that an Extra Spicy palette is, but you just never... I really need to move over too, okay? My apologies. I'm sure that was not good. So I don't know. We'll see, but I definitely want to try Give Me Glow Cosmetics this year. So we'll just have to see what that palette looks like. Okay, something else there are a lot of things I'm really loving. And we definitely are going to talk about those. But there are some things that are not on my wish list. M Cosmetics has this new Flower Garden palette. It is on pre-order now, and they're supposed to ship March 31st. I think they're around $50 with the palette included, but then I think their single eyeshadows are $6. So it's definitely a better deal to get the eyeshadows with the palette. The only thing about this palette is I want the number of shimmers and number of mattes switched. So you only have 4 mattes and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 10 shimmer shades. Oh, that is a good deal then, because you've got 14. So that'd be like $80. So you've got 10 shimmer shades and 4 mattes. I would rather have 10 mattes and 4 shimmer shades. So I'm not going to pick this up just for that reason. It's not what I necessarily go toward, and I don't know how much use I would get out of this. I'm definitely interested in trying M Cosmetics, but it won't be with this palette. But I think this is so beautiful and so fun. I love how this palette is set up. So it's a magnetic palette, but then it's got the little shade names written in, and then you pop them in by their shade name. And then you've got the little like flower where the mattes are set up. I think that is so beautiful. I just wish there were more mattes in there. This is something else that I want that I'm definitely not picking up. Although I would probably think about it if I had a 20% off at Ulta. So the new Opv Cosmetics, there's the Sweet Dream Signature Palette and the Galaxy Signature Palette. The Galaxy one is the purplish one, and that is the one that I think is so beautiful. Those purple shades in there, oh my goodness, I love those purple shades. I've never tried Opv eyeshadow, so I would love to try Opv eyeshadows at some point. It would have to be something that I really love though. And this is. The other palette, definitely too neutral for me. It's a pretty kind of peachy palette, but it's just too neutral for me. But that purple one really caught my eye, and I think it's so beautiful. I am not going to purchase it, but I would think about it if I had a 20% off from Ulta. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is another one that I love so much. This is Opv Blush Palette. I think it's around $40. It doesn't have it on their Instagram, but I did go look it up on their website, and I want to say it was around $40. This is the Born to Shine Blush Palette. These are the most beautiful blushes ever. So I don't buy a lot of blush palettes. Actually, I think I have an Urban Decay blush palette, and then I have the 4-pan Natasha Denona one that I got in a BoxyCharm box. So I don't necessarily lean toward blush palettes, but I do like blush palettes that, I have a Juvia's Place one too, that I don't use. That's what I should say. I don't reach for my blush palettes. These shades are all so unique that it is on my wish list. I mean, I own nothing like that in the shade tones. So the reason that I like blush palettes is you can get more different kinds of shade tones if you're getting the right one, like this OPV one, for less than what it would cost you if they were selling them individually, because I'm sure that those would be like $10 to $15 individually, but you get 6 for $40. That is on my wish list. I may end up picking that up. I love blush. I love unique blush shades. So we'll see. We'll see about that. What do you guys think about that? Do you like blushes? Oh, of course, we have to talk about the new Jaclyn Hill palette. I wish this was the first Jaclyn Hill palette because I own the first one and I don't reach for it. It is way too neutral, although it was probably one of the first eyeshadow palettes I got. Had I started my channel yet? I don't think I had started my channel yet. I got it when I was getting close to starting up my channel. I never reach for it. It has like 4 colorful shades in it and mostly neutral. This one though has got lots of different colorful shades and different tone ranges of them. Now it does have a lot of neutral shades as well, but I feel like they have some different like color tones to their neutralness, if that makes sense. So they're not just flat out neutral shades. I think this is beautiful. I don't purchase big palettes like that, so I wouldn't pick that up because I didn't never end up reaching for those, but I do think that it is a really pretty palette. It is $39 and it is at Ulta stores. We have got, oh my gosh, this is so funny to me. Pure Cosmetics is coming out with new Trolls palettes. I did not realize that they had a Troll palette with the first Troll movie release. Apparently they did. So they're coming out with these new ones. This time, I didn't know that there was a new Trolls movie coming out. I've got 2 little girls and they love the Trolls. They have not said one word to me about a new Trolls movie. So I don't know, are they not advertising that well? But what is so interesting to me about this, first of all, they're all way too shimmery for me. I would not purchase any of those because they all just look very shimmery. What is so interesting to me about Pure Cosmetics is I feel like they're this very classy, clean brand, and then they always have these weird, they're not weird, they always collaborate with like kid cartoons like The Grinch, My Little Pony, Trolls. It's just not, it's a weird match to me, something that I wouldn't put together. Now, that being said, actually that green one does look really pretty. I wonder if those are at Ulta and I can swatch those. We are going to the mall later today. But this is something I would buy for my daughter, but I wouldn't spend the Pure Cosmetics price on my daughter. So these are not on my wish list, but maybe I will end up swatching them in store. But I just think it's so, like, it reminds me of the Too Faced is a little more extreme in terms of their like kid theme, and then they're way other end of the spectrum. But Pure Cosmetic kind of like takes that tone on too with their cartoons, but then they're very sleek, clean look as well. So that was odd to me. I feel like we've got some different water activated liners to talk about. The first one is Glistening Cosmetics, and they're releasing 8 new shades. The first 3 are these beautiful pastel shades. So Glistening Cosmetics, I did not enjoy their eyeshadow formula, but I have not tried their water activated ones, and I think I talked about in brands I want to try that I want to try some new water activated liners because Glam Vice Cosmetics also makes them, and both of those brands are more affordable than Suva Beauty. I have tried the Suva Beauty ones and I really like them, but I would love to be able to compare Glisten and Glam Vice to those Suva Beauty ones. Is that something that you guys would want to know more about? These, absolutely love them. And I definitely want those pastel liners on my wish list. Let me look up Glam Vice because I feel like they had some neon ones. They have, they have pastel ones too. These are so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. They are available now. Let's see how much they are because I feel like I need all of those. The thing I love about the water activated ones is you can get so much more pigment in your liner than you can when you have a liquid liner. Sometimes the liquid liners end up being a little bit more watery. It's hard to build up pigment with them. Then they end up kind of crumbling off because you've got so many layers. It's sold out. $45 for all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for $45. It is sold out right now. So I'm going to keep an eye on that coming back in because I kind of feel like I need that in my life. Those are so pretty. My gosh, those are all so beautiful. Do you see what I mean about how many things I have on my wish list this week? It's insane. But I have not really made a lot of purchases this year. Here's something else that's really interesting to me is Drunk Elephant has come out with some body care products now. I was really surprised at the price because I thought Drunk Elephant body care is going to be like $60 for a lotion or a body wash, but they're $20, although I don't know, I can't see what the ounces are, so it could be like 1 ounce. So the shampoo and conditioner are $25. They are coming in March. That's funny. Someone else commented, I'm surprised they're not $60 a piece. Yeah, I do not see anything about what the size of these are. Okay, so the shampoo is 8 ounces. I do feel like that is pretty small for a shampoo. Obviously, I would never pay $25 for 8 ounces of shampoo, but if you want to try that, let us know how it is. I can't imagine that it's anything like so fabulous that it would cost so much, but I feel that way about most Drunk Elephant things. Okay, we've got some new BH Cosmetics palettes that are coming out. These are the Color Romantic Nomad and Colory Vivaci, inspired by the Italian Summer. That one's really pretty, but I wish there weren't so many neutral shades in it. Obviously, I'm not going to pick that one up. And then the Romantic Nomad one, I definitely would not get. That one's just too, like, dark and sultry for me. But if you like dark and sultry, I think they're around $16 a piece. So super affordable. BH Cosmetics makes a great formula. So if you like those would be good palettes to get. Ooh, what are these? Lunar Skies Cosmetics. So they have come out with a new moon collection. I have not tried anything from Lunar Skies Cosmetics, but all of these palettes look absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is the one. Yes, these are the ones that had the I Do palettes. And I went to go order the one and it was already sold out, right? Yes. Yes. So they are $15 each. And you know what? Maybe I'll pick one up. Maybe that... I'm kind of leaning toward the green one, but I think that yellow peachy one is also really... I mean, they're all really pretty. I just own a lot of the other ones because purple and blues are what I go toward. But maybe that peachy yellow one because that's also really pretty. I love them all. They're $15 each. I would love to try that brand out because it is a more affordable, newer indie brand, and I love trying those kinds of brands out. So we will see. It does not launch until the 10th. Was it the 10th or the 13th? Hang on. The 13th. They go live. So I think that's next Saturday. So we've got the Emerald Moon and the Amethyst Moon. I don't think they've named their other two ones yet because they were asking for suggestions on what to name them. So we will see, but those are on my wish list. Oh my gosh, there are so many things on my wish list. And we're about 1/4 of the way through my saved pictures on Instagram. This is so pretty. So this is new from Milani, the Ludacris Lights Collection. Okay, this is a collaboration with Ally Brooks. Is there something with Ludacris Lights? Time to Shine Tour. She's got a YouTube channel, so I'm checking that out. I have no idea who this person is. I don't know where Ludacris Lights name comes from. Okay, so it looks like she's a singer. And she has a tour, Time to Shine Tour. So that's probably where the name comes from. But this stuff is, I am in love with that packaging so much. We have highlighters, lip glosses, and eye toppers. If I were going to get something, it would be the peachier highlighters. Sometimes I feel like those blue-green highlighters that come out just end up looking like dirt on your face. Ooh, what's it called? Peachella. a warm champagne peach. But I think that collection is so pretty. I'm probably not gonna end up picking up any of it just because I have so much other stuff on my wish list that I want. Oh yes, of course we have to talk about this. Milani and Salt and Pepper. So we've got the Very Necessary and the Hot, Cool, and Vicious eyeshadow palette. This is like bringing it back. I don't know how old I was when was this grade school? I think it was grade school. And it's so funny because they have the CDs, like make it look like a CD, but I'm pretty sure I had Salt and Pepper on a cassette tape. I think they were pre-CD. Or maybe they came in at like the end of the cassette tape going into the CD era. Neither of these I would be picking up. The first one is a very toned down, jewel tone shimmer, like all shimmer shades. So I definitely don't need that. And the other one reminds me of like a modern Renaissance kind of palette. So I don't need that either. But this is so fun. I love the collab, bringing it back, making me very nostalgic for my younger years. There's just a lot of like really fun, really beautiful things this week. Huda Beauty has released some new Obsession palettes. These are the Pastel Rose, Pastels Lilac, and Pastels Mint. And like when I first glance at them, I love them because I love pastel everything. I feel like they're a little too neutral though. That mint one is what I'm really drawn to, but it's got, I don't know, it has 4 neutral shades. And then I don't know, like the minty green one, I'm by the swatches I'm looking at, I'm thinking it swatches as a neutral shade as well, maybe with a little bit of a green shift to it. So I just probably wouldn't pick that up. I do have the Mint to Be palette from ColourPop. I do not have the lilac one, but this, if I were going to get like a lilac-y purple palette right now, it would be the Ofra one. And the rose one, I mean, I have tons of rosy neutral shades. So I don't need any of those, but I do think they're really pretty. They are $29 a piece, which if I compare it to like other 9-pan palettes I have, it's a little bit pricey, but it's probably in the pretty affordable range in terms of eyeshadows in general, but I am not going to be picking up those palettes. Okay, so Lethal Cosmetics has released their first palette, and if you have watched me at all, you know Lethal Cosmetics is one of my favorite formulas ever. I love Lethal Cosmetics. I am not a fan of this palette, I don't think. It looks very ABH. I mean, it looks like an ABH palette. It's fine with me. I'm not judging that at all. This is a collab with Jolina Menon. So I don't know her. It is available now. The palette is £39. I would say that's a pretty affordable price, especially because I want to say their eyeshadows are around $5 each, and I am happy to buy their single shadows. I don't know. If I look at this palette, it's got 4 neutrals, 5 neutrals, one of them a little more pinky. It has got 2 mattes that I'm drawn to, that red and that yellow. 2 shimmers I'm drawn to, like the pink and purple. And then everything else looks, you know what I think it is I think it looks a little dull to me for Lethal Cosmetics. I think that's what it is. Compared to the other releases, I'm so used to them releasing palettes that are so bright and bold. And this one's definitely got some of that bold factor to it, but I feel like it's a little dulled down compared to what they usually see. I mean, congratulations to Jolina. I am glad that they're releasing a palette, and I will definitely keep my eyes out for palettes from Lethal Cosmetics in the future, but this one is not going to be on my wish list. Ooh, this is something that really caught my eye, and this is from Poppy Cosmetics. This is on my wish list. I mean, this is gorgeous. I love bright, bold, neon, summery colors. This palette right here is like me in a nutshell. I actually feel like it looks kind of like what I have on today. This is the Neon Drip palette, And I want to see, we're going to go to Opv Cosmetics and see how much it is. I want to say that it was around $39. I don't know why that number sticks out in my head. Oh, $29. I feel like I need that palette in my life. Oh my gosh. Is this US based? I don't know what the shipping would be. It does look like it's a US based brand. That one is on my wish list as well. I might as well just give one of my kidneys for these new releases because I want them all. Oh, you know what I did want to talk about that I was kind of irritated by? Not irritated by the release. It just brought up an irritation that I had. Is ColourPop has got, well, first of all, before I talk about that, they've got their Sailor Moon collection. Oh my gosh, I loved Sailor Moon when I was little. It's so funny, like all of these things from my younger past are coming back. Is Sailor Moon still something that people watch? Is that still on TV? Okay, so I mean, like, it's a cute little palette, but I feel like it's a very kid kind of palette. It's neutral with some colory shimmer shades. I mean, it's very, like, cutesy, and even though I watched Sailor Moon as a child, it's not that nostalgic to me like the princesses are or something that I would purchase that. So that is not on the wish list, but Emily Noel has got a collab, and Makeup Just for Fun have collabs out with ColourPop. And I watched Emily Noel's. I did not watch Makeup Just for Fun, so I don't know when her palette is out. So let me pop Emily Noel's up here first. I guess ColourPop is collabing with different creators and letting them pick their favorites. So making favorites bundle. So Emily picked some lip tints. I love the lip tints. And actually, if you use her code Emily Noel, you get, I think she said that it's 34 or 32 instead of 42. So you do get a discount on it, which I think is great. Why has ColourPop not posted about this anywhere on their Instagram account? That is what is irritating me. They haven't posted about Makeup Just for Fun. So if you're collaborating, and you guys know I love ColourPop, I'm going to continue to purchase them. But if you have a collab with a creator, then share that on the Instagram page, because that was the first thing I did when I saw that was I went to ColourPop page to get some information, and I feel like they do that a lot, actually. I think it's great to give that creator like the first dibs on sharing about it. But it's March now. Emily's released her video. So ColourPop, now you need to be advertising it as well. And you know what else? I went to the Just a Tint page on ColourPop, and her collab is not there. I went to new releases. I went to collabs. The only way I could find it is when I went to Emily Noel's video and clicked on the link to take me there. So anyway, this is hers. I think it's an amazing bundle. If you like Just a Tints or you like the colors, I think this would be a great bundle to get, and you get that discount on it. I, however, own so many lip products. If I am getting a new lip product, it's to try something I haven't tried before. So I have tried the Just a Tint, and actually I think it's Bitto Honey is in her collaboration, and I absolutely love it. I love it. But I cannot purchase that collaboration. And the same goes with the Makeup Just for Fun collab. So I'm going to go to her Instagram page and see if, yes, so she's got one post on it. I didn't try to go look for it on ColourPop just because it's not something I'm going to purchase, but it's the Lilac You a Lot. So she just posted this 3 days ago, so hers must be for March 2. Emily Noel said they're like monthly bundles. There's a Super Shock Blush, Super Shock Shadow, a Luxe lipstick, and a brush in there. It does not say what the price is of her bundle, so I don't know what the price is, but I just don't need all of those products. If I were going to purchase one thing, I would purchase the Lilac You a Lot palette, but I don't need those other products, so I wouldn't get the bundle. But I think it's awesome that they're collaborating with creators and letting them pick their favorite products. I just wish that they would like share that more and give more information on that, because I feel like it's, unless you watch that creator, that you aren't really going to know about it. So anyways, there's my 2 cents on that one. Rakuten Cosmetics. I want to talk about this one because Rakuten Cosmetics is on my brands that I want to try in 2020. They have released the Cyberpunk Zero palette, And for me, this is not going to be something that I pick up. Their shadows just, there's something about the way that they look. They just look like they're really good. And I've really liked some of their palettes they've had in the past. It wasn't the right time for me to buy something from them. So they are now on my brands I want to try in 2020, but this is not the right palette for me. So I am going to keep an eye out. It's too neutral of a palette for me. And I feel like some of those other tones that do have color to them are colors that I own in my collection. If I'm going to purchase a full palette, it's got to be a full palette of eyeshadows I really want to have. So I'm not going to be picking this one up, but I do still want to try them. Okay, this is the last thing I'm going to talk about today. This is the Millennial Park palette from Milk Cosmetics. And Milk Cosmetics is also on the brands. Is it on the brands I want to try? I think so. If not, it is a brand that I want to try. But this is for sure not the palette that I want to try. I am sure that this is something that millennials are really excited for. And it's not a bad looking palette. It is a very beautiful palette. I just don't wear a lot of those shades. And if I want to, I have enough in my collection. So this is not something that I'm going to be picking up, but I do think it's really pretty. I definitely think it has a place, and I do think it's very beautiful. It is just not for me. Okay, that is everything that we are going to talk about today. My goal is to get back to doing 2 of these a month. I think 2 of these a month, unless like gazillions of releases come out this week. But I feel like, I don't know, since like November, releases have slowed down a bit, or maybe just with things that I want to talk about. So I've moved it to twice a month that I do these videos. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I would love to know what things are on your wish list. I don't even really feel like I need to run down the things that were on my wish list because it was just like everything that I talked about today. Oh boy. All right, guys, have an amazing rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.